Moving right along on this Eminem train that we're on right now. We took it back on the last video with My Name Is, Eminem's first smash single. People are right, I should have made it a little more clear. It wasn't his first single ever. He had Infinite, which was a flop, but was a banger. And then we had Still Don't Give a Fuck, which is probably one of the strongest songs on the whole Slim Shady LP. But it's a little too aggressive. Like, it didn't have that radio quality to it. That's why I said My Name Is was the one that brought Eminem to the world, because the kids love it, the parents hate it, boom. Moving this train right along in history, this is Who Knew. And the reason that I picked this song is him directly talking to his critics. There's other shit that's going on in the world. There's real shit to be worried about. There's real shit to be up in arms over, not my fucking music. So let's just go ahead and jump on into it.
I never knew I never knew Mic check 1, 2. I never knew who would it do? I never knew motherfucker comes out. I never knew sells a couple of million records. I never knew and these motherfuckers hit the ceiling.
A motherfucker comes out, sells a couple million records, and all these motherfuckers hit the ceiling. Who would have knew that you as the public would have reacted to my music in this way? You didn't even give a shit about rap before I showed up.
I don't do black music, I don't do white music. I make fight music for high school kids. I put lives at risk when I drive like this. I put wives at risk with a knife like this. Shit.
I don't do black music, I don't do white music, make fight music for high school kids. I'm not trying to break racial barriers with my rap music. Just because I'm white doesn't mean that I'm trying to set some kind of fucking precedent. I need to get this aggression off my chest. I make fight music for high school kids because I'm immature, which is fine. I put lives at risk when I drive like this. Drink a fifth of vodka, dare me to drive. I put wives at risk with a knife like this. We already know, based off the first song on this CD, his feelings toward women. Not to mention there's a song on this album called Kim, where he literally kills his wife.
You probably think I'm in your tape deck now. I'm in the backseat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Dump the fuck way down, waiting to straight jump out. Put it over your mouth and grab you by the face. What now? Oh, you want me to watch my mouth? How? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around?
It's almost like he's saying shit and being vulgar even more on purpose now. If you give a dog table food off of the table, they're gonna be staring at you waiting for you to give them more. That's him and his critics. You probably think I'm in your tape deck now. I'm in the backseat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Duck the fuck way down, waiting to straight jump out, put it over your mouth and grab you by the face. What now? Just because you're criticizing on his lyrics before, I'm gonna make it worse. I'm gonna give you the actual visuals.
I'm sorry, there must be a mix-up. You want me to fix up lyrics while the president gets his dick sucked?
That was one of the strongest lines. You want me to fix up my lyrics while the president's getting his dick sucked for the entire world to see and judge us? Like, why are you worried about my shit? I'm supposed to be some kind of degenerate. We're not supposed to have a degenerate in the White House. Why are you getting on his case? Like, the kids, yes, are listening to his songs and they're not appropriate.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
But we got the president getting his dick stuck and it's being talked about on every news channel, on national TV. Why is that not as big of an issue as my lyricism? Which your kids shouldn't even have access to.
Dad, take drugs, rape sluts, make fun of gay clubs, made to wear makeup, get away, wake up, get a sense of humor. We're trying to censor music, this is for your kids' to music. But don't blame me when little Eric jumps off of the terrace. You should have been watching him. Apparently you ain't parents.
That whole last part of that first verse is fire. That shit, that whole portion would be censored. This song would probably have to be cut off of the album if it said some shit like that in today's day and age, in 2018. Eminem here is just saying, get a sense of fucking humor. I'm not serious about the shit I'm saying it for shock factor. Fuck that. Take drugs, rape sluts, make fun of gay clubs, men who wear makeup, get aware, wake up, get a sense of humor. Don't take the shit that I say seriously. It's tongue in cheek. Take it with a grain of salt. Quit trying to censor music. This is for your kids' amusement. See, he already knew after Marshall Mathers LP that all this shit that he's saying is being listened to by kids. So it's almost like he's talking to the parents, but he knows the kids are listening. Eminem and the kids are in on an inside joke mocking the parents together. But don't blame me when little Eric jumps off of the terrace because you should have been watching him. Apparently you ain't parents. Whatever happens after I write these lyrics, it ain't my fault. They have people that are guardians over them. They have people to be influenced in their decisions. I didn't grow up all fucked up when I heard this shit. I heard it when it came out. I heard Slim Shady LP when it came out because my parents did me right. My parents beat my ass when I needed my ass beat. They made me grab the belt that I was gonna get my ass beat with. I grew up disciplined. And he's saying here, you shouldn't be letting some words that I'm saying be affecting your kids in such a great way that they're gonna do things that you wouldn't want them to do.
I never knew how to get this big. I never knew how to affect this kid. I never knew how to get him to slit his wrist. I never knew how to get him to hit this bitch.
Alright, Just got a fresh ass haircut and I had hair literally stuck like it was a piece of fucking brisket in my tooth. I was never planning to blow up as big as I did after the Slim Shady LP. I never knew that the shit that I would say would actually have an impact on his life. Words do have an impact. He's recognizing that in the chorus, but also in the verses, he's going contradictory to the choruses and saying, it's partly your fault. It's mostly your fault, if anything, which is true.
So who's bringing the guns in this country? I couldn't sneak a plastic pellet gun through customs over in London. And last week I seen the Schwarzenegger movie where he's shooting all sorts of these motherfuckers with a Uzi.
Bringing up bigger political topics. Why are we talking about my music and not talking about how I can get a gun in this country easily, but I can't go to United Kingdom without being stopped for a little plastic pellet gun? You're worried about my lyricism, but we got Arnold Schwarzenegger on TV shooting all sorts of these motherfuckers with a Uzi. You see the hypocritical ways and critics and how they criticize certain medias?
I see these 3 little kids up in the front row screaming go with their 17-year-old uncle. I'm like, guidance. Ain't they got the same moms and dads who got mad when I asked if they like violence?
That line right there is fucking clutch. Because everybody did get mad. Obviously, first line of my name is, hi kids, do you like violence? Rated R movies, all you need is parental guidance to get into it. And the parental guidance only has to be 17 years old. So here we are with a 17-year-old uncle letting these 10 and 11-year-olds into a rated R movie. Where's the guidance in that? So he's like, guidance? Don't these kids have the same parents that got mad when I asked if they like violence? When obviously they do like violence? You just didn't want to hear somebody ask it who wasn't you. You didn't want to dig deep inside of yourself and admit to the fact that you're letting your kids watch violent movies. This is why this song is so dope. No one ever addresses their critics in the same way that Eminem does.
Told me that my tape taught him to swear. What about the makeup you allow your 12-year-old daughter to wear? So tell me that your son doesn't know any cuss words when his bus driver's screaming at him, fucking him up worse.
It's so true. This is what I'm talking about. The hypocritical nature of his critics. And you're gonna tell me that my tape taught him to swear? What about the makeup you allow your 12-year-old daughter to wear? How are they not gonna be old enough to hear a couple of cuss words here and there, but they're also old enough to wear makeup? Why do you need to wear makeup at 12 years old? And then so tell me that your son doesn't know any cuss words when his bus driver's screaming at him, fucking him up worse. Shit went down on the buses. The shit ain't all sunshines and flowers and smiles and laughs. Middle school for a lot of kids is like the roughest time. They're trying to figure out who they are. This is when kids start to argue with each other. You look me in my eye and tell me that you believe your son doesn't know any cuss words.
And fuck was the first word I ever learned up in the 3rd grade, flipping the gym teacher the bird. So read up about how I used to get beat up, Peter on be on free lunch and change school every 3 months.
Fuck was the first word I ever learned up in the 3rd grade, flipping the gym teacher the bird. Shit was going down already in the 3rd grade. And you're telling me your 12-year-old doesn't know any cuss words? And read up about how I used to get beat up, peed on, be on free lunch, and change school every 3 months. Maybe you'll understand why I have this aggression that I do if you understood where I came from. But no one wants to read into that. Everybody just wants this guy to be a scapegoat so they can go back to their pretty little Pleasantville lives with picket fences.
My life's like kinda what my wife's like. Fucked up after I beat her fucking ass every night, Ike. So how much easier would life be if 19 million motherfuckers grew to be just like me?
My life's like kinda what my wife's like. Fucked up after I beat her fucking ass every night, Ike. The rhyme scheme, the double entendres, his life is like his wife cause he fucks up his wife and he fucked up his life. After he beats up his wife every night, Ike, like Ike and Tina Turner, and tell me how much easier do you think life be if 19 million motherfuckers grew to be just like me? If you just did your job as guardians, as role models for these children, if you didn't let degenerate white rappers be the role models for your kids, maybe we wouldn't have 19 million motherfuckers growing up wanting to be just like me. These are facts. I feel like he's putting a mirror in these parents' faces and telling them, nah, don't look at me. Don't look at me for the problems that your kids are going through. Don't look at me for the problems in the world. Look at y'all selves. Because really, these problems existed long before I even got here.
Knew I have a new house or a new car. A couple years ago, I was more poor than you are. I don't got that bad of a mouth, do I? Fuck shit ass bitch, cunt, shooby, do I? Skip it.
There was so much humor in Marshall Mathers and Slim Shady LPs. I never knew that I would be able to have a new house or a new car because a couple years ago I was more poor than you are. And the way that he says poor, like I grew up in such a rough side of Detroit that my education system failed me. I didn't even have proper grammar. And then he says, I don't got that bad of a mouth, do I? Like looking around, fuck shit ass bitch, cunt, shibbity do I? Whoops, maybe I do have that bad of a mouth. The fact that he sounds like he's joking and making jokes about this shit. It's like when you trigger someone on purpose. Like they're triggered already, but then you're not gonna take their anger seriously. You're not gonna take their concern seriously. makes it fucking worse. That's why I like how the song has a humoristic side to it.
Skipping the bebop of Christopher Reeves. Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees. Hey! How many retards to listen to me? Run up in the school shooting when they're pissed at the teach. Her, him, is it you, is it them? Wasn't me, Slim Shady said to do it again. Damn, how much damage can you do with a pen?
He's talking about a paralyzed guy and a dead guy, and talking about him like it's nonchalant, like it's not fucked up to be talking about him. Christopher Reeves, Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees. Sonny Bono died because he was supposedly on drugs when he was skiing and hit a tree full force. Christopher Reeves is paralyzed because of the fact that he got into a horse accident riding horseback. And he's just nonchalantly talking shit about him, bringing him up in a song like it's no big deal. The utter disrespect, but it's funny. Get a sense of humor. Quit trying to censor music. This is for your kids' amusement, isn't it? He says, how many retards will listen to me and run up in the school shooting when they're pissed at the teacher? Her, him, is it you, was it them? It wasn't me, Slim Shady said to do it again. I can't be held accountable for my actions because I'm just doing what somebody else said. Goes back to the classic parental saying, and I used to hate this shit when my dad told it to me. If your friends jumped off of a side of a cliff, would you jump off of the side of the cliff because they told you to, because you saw them do it? In my head, I knew what he was trying to get at, but in my head, I'm like, there's so many fucking factors. Is the cliff tall? Am I jumping off into water? Am I jumping off of a big ass cliff? I got a backpack with a parachute on? Too many factors for me to answer that question. So much gray area. If Slim Shady says to do it, it must be okay, right? No, step in as fucking parents. And then damn, how much damage can you do with a pen? I'm just writing my thoughts out. I'm just writing shit to stir up controversy. I didn't think that anybody was actually gonna do what I said. Because they should have guardians, they should have teachers, they should have people that they look up to leading the way, not this degenerate white rapper from the ghetto of Detroit.
Man, I'm as fucked up as you would have been. You would have been in my shoes. Who would have thought? Slim Shady would be something that you would have bought. That would have made you get a gun and shoot at the cop. I just said it. I know if you do it or not.
Man, I'm just as fucked up as you would have been if you would have been in my shoes. But no one wants to think about that when they're trying to find a scapegoat. Oh no, our kids are doing bad shit, so we're gonna blame this guy, even though we're not gonna look internally and say, you know what, maybe I should have more control over my children. I listened to it behind my dad's back when my dad was super disciplined. My mom allowed me to listen, but she says, don't be a fucking dumbass. Don't take his shit too seriously. So you're saying have common sense. Who would have thought that Slim Shady would be something that you would have bought that would have made you get a gun and shoot at the cop? I just said it. I didn't know if you do it or not. I'm just saying shit. I'm just exercising my right to freedom of speech as an artist. I didn't know that you were gonna like Slim Shady as much as you thought, and just because you liked him doesn't mean that I'm gonna change now that I'm this worldwide phenomenon success. Why am I gonna change it all up? Instead of telling your kids that this is just an art form and this is just me expressing thoughts and trying to shake shit up, you're just gonna blame me and not ever have that conversation with them? Nah. That's why I picked this song. But anyways, that's it for this video. We're gonna do one song from each Eminem album as we go through all the way up to where we're at right now in Kamikaze. I do want to thank everybody who commented on where they're from. I got love from all over the world that I didn't even know. I really do appreciate that shit. Like, it means a lot to me that I'm putting all this effort, especially into the editing side, because I want the edit to be fun, I want it to be funny, I want there to be shit for y'all to look at other than just me talking and blabbering about the song. We're such a small micro community at this point. It's almost like we're a family at this 3,100 mark. Obviously, we want the channel to blow up, I want the channel to blow up, y'all want the channel to blow up. But once the channel does and we're in 100, 500,000, whatever we get to, there's gonna be tens of thousands of comments and I'm not gonna be able to get to every one. I think that's dope, that I can have this kind of relationship with y'all all across the world for now. Just wanted to give my little sentimental thought right there about how I really do appreciate y'all guys and how everybody that watches these videos. See y'all on the next video. Eminem show up next, unless some hot viral shit drops before then, and I gotta obviously do that so that way we can make the channel grow. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell. Peace.